Look at these situations. Discuss with your partner which ones can spread germs and which ones do not. Put a tick if you think germs can spread and a cross if not. Sharing a water bottle with a sick friend. Washing hands before eating. Sneezing without covering your mouth. Using your own towel. Eating uncovered food left outside. Communicable diseases are illnesses that can spread from one person to another, from animals to humans, or through the environment. These diseases are caused by microorganisms like bacteria, viruses, fungi, and parasites. Understanding how these diseases spread and how to prevent them is important for maintaining good health. In this chapter, we will explore the causes, methods of transmission, prevention, and examples of communicable diseases. We will also learn about the role of hygiene, vaccines, and proper sanitation in controlling their spread. Additionally, we will discuss how public health measures and early diagnosis can significantly reduce the impact of these diseases. By understanding these concepts, we can take steps to protect ourselves and our communities from outbreaks. What are communicable diseases? Communicable diseases are infectious diseases that can spread from one living organism to another. These diseases can spread through direct contact, like touching an infected person, indirect contact, such as touching contaminated objects, or through air, water, or food. The microorganisms that cause these diseases are known as pathogens. Types of pathogens. 1. Bacteria. Single-celled organisms that can cause diseases like strep throat, tuberculosis, and cholera. 2. Viruses. Tiny particles that can infect cells and cause diseases like the flu, chickenpox, and COVID-19. 3. Fungi. Microorganisms that can infect the skin or lungs, causing diseases like athlete's foot and ringworm. 4. Parasites. Organisms that live on or in a host and cause diseases like malaria and tapeworm infections. How do communicable diseases spread? Communicable diseases can spread in various ways. 1. Direct contact. Diseases can be spread through physical contact with an infected person, such as touching, kissing, or sharing personal items like towels or toothbrushes. 2. Indirect contact. Infections can spread by touching contaminated surfaces, like doorknobs, phones, or toys. Pathogens can live on these surfaces for some time. 3. Airborne transmission. Some diseases, like the flu and common cold, can spread through the air when an infected person coughs, sneezes, or talks, releasing tiny droplets that contain pathogens. 4. Waterborne transmission. Diseases can spread through contaminated water, as with cholera, which is caused by drinking water that contains harmful bacteria. Other diseases like typhoid and dysentery are also transmitted in a similar way, highlighting the importance of clean drinking water and proper sanitation. 5. Foodborne transmission. Pathogens can spread through contaminated food, causing illnesses like food poisoning and salmonella. 6. Vector transmission. Some diseases spread through insects or animals, vectors. For example, mosquitoes can carry malaria and ticks can spread Lyme disease. Examples of communicable diseases. 1. Common cold, cause, virus. Symptoms: runny nose, sore throat, vomiting, coughing, sneezing. Transmission: airborne droplets and direct contact. Treatment: rest, hydration, over-the-counter medications for symptom relief. Prevention: frequent hand washing, avoiding close contact with sick individuals. Complications: rare, but may include sinus infections or ear infections. 2. Influenza, flu. Influenza, commonly known as the flu, is a contagious respiratory illness that affects the nose, throat, and lungs. It can range from mild to severe and can occasionally lead to serious complications, especially in vulnerable populations like young, children, the elderly, and those with weakened immune systems. Cause: Virus. Symptoms: fever, chills, muscle aches, fatigue. Transmission: airborne droplets and contact with contaminated dot surfaces. 3. Chickenpox. Cause: virus. Symptoms: itchy rash, fever, tiredness. Transmission: airborne droplets and direct contact with blisters. 4. Malaria. Malaria is a life-threatening disease spread to humans by some types of mosquitoes. It is mostly found in tropical countries. It is preventable and curable. The infection is caused by a parasite and does not spread from person to person. Cause: parasite. Symptoms: fever, chills, headache, nausea. Transmission: through the bite of an infected mosquito. Treatment: antimalarial medications prescribed by a doctor can effectively cure the infection. 5. Tuberculosis, TB. Tuberculosis, TB, is a serious infectious disease that primarily affects the lungs but can also spread to other parts of the body, such as the kidneys, spine, and brain. Cause: bacteria. Symptoms: persistent cough, chest pain, weight loss. Transmission: airborne droplets from coughing or sneezing. Preventing communicable diseases. Preventing the spread of communicable diseases is essential for staying healthy. Here are some key prevention methods. 1. Good hygiene. Washing hands regularly with soap and water helps remove harmful pathogens. Always wash hands before eating, after using the bathroom, and after coughing or sneezing. 2. Vaccination. Vaccines help protect against diseases like measles, mumps, and the flu. Vaccination programs are an important way to prevent the spread of certain communicable diseases. 3. Proper food handling. Cook food thoroughly and avoid cross-contamination to prevent foodborne illnesses. 4. Clean water. Drinking clean, safe water helps prevent waterborne diseases. Boiling is the best way to kill disease-causing organisms, including viruses, bacteria, and parasites. The high temperature and time spent boiling are very important to effectively kill the organisms in the water. 5. Avoid sharing personal items. Don't share personal items like towels, toothbrushes, or utensils that can carry germs. 6. Use mosquito nets. Sleeping under mosquito nets can protect against diseases like malaria. 7. Cover coughs and sneezes. Cover your mouth and nose with a tissue or your elbow when coughing or sneezing to prevent airborne transmission. 8. Disinfect surfaces. Regularly clean and disinfect commonly touched surfaces to kill germs. Importance of vaccination. Vaccination is a powerful way to prevent communicable diseases. Vaccines work by stimulating the immune system to create defenses against specific pathogens. When enough people in a community are vaccinated, it can prevent the spread of disease, a concept known as herd immunity. Vaccination helps protect individuals and the wider community from serious illnesses like polio, measles, and the flu. 1. Communicable disease. A disease that can be spread from one person to another. 2. Pathogen. A microorganism such as a virus, bacteria, or fungus that causes disease. 3. Bacteria. Single-celled organisms that can cause infections. 4. Virus. A small infectious agent that replicates only inside living cells. 5. Fungi. Microorganisms that can cause infections on the skin or in the lungs. 6. Parasite. An organism that lives on or inside a host, often causing harm. 7. Vector. An organism, typically an insect, that spreads diseases between humans or animals. 8. Vaccine. A substance used to stimulate the production of antibodies and provide immunity against a disease. 9. Hygiene. Practices that promote good health by maintaining cleanliness and preventing infection. Draw a diagram of bacteria. Disease transmission game. Objective: to show how quickly communicable diseases can spread. Materials: index cards, some marked with a germ symbol. Instructions: 1. Hand out index cards to students, with a few secretly marked with a germ symbol. 2. Let students mingle for a few minutes, pretending to interact. 3. Afterward, ask those with the germ symbol to raise their cards and discuss how disease spread unknowingly during interactions. 4. Highlight the importance of preventive measures. Very short answer questions. 1. What are communicable diseases? 2. Name one communicable disease caused by a virus. 3. What is the role of vaccines in preventing diseases? 4. Which pathogen causes malaria? 5. How do communicable diseases spread through the air? Short answer questions. 1. How can communicable diseases spread through indirect contact? 2. What are the different ways in which communicable diseases can be prevented? 3. What is the role of vectors in spreading communicable diseases? 4. Explain how airborne diseases are transmitted. 5. What is herd immunity and why is it important? Fill in the blanks. 1. Malaria is transmitted by. 2. Is a disease caused by bacteria and affects the lungs. 3. Vaccines help in building against diseases. 4. Communicable diseases spread through water and direct contact. 5. Athlete's foot is caused by infection. Write T for true or F for false. 1. Tuberculosis is spread through contaminated food. 2. Washing hands regularly can help prevent communicable diseases. 3. Chickenpox is caused by bacteria. 4. Malaria is spread by mosquitoes, which are vectors. 5. Vaccines can only prevent bacterial diseases. Tick the correct option. 1. Which of the following is a bacterial communicable disease? 2. Which pathogen causes the common cold? 3. Which disease is spread by mosquitoes? Create a similar table as shown below related to diseases. 1. A classmate falls and can't fully bend the elbow without sharp pain, but can still rotate the wrist. Identify the joint at the elbow, name 2 tissues that could be injured, and explain how that limits movement. 2. Your backpack often tilts you forward. Recommend 2 design/usage changes, bag features or wearing habits, and explain, using the spine, rib cage, and muscle pairs, how each change reduces strain.